What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is StoneMountain64. I posted a video just a little bit earlier today talking about an exclusive vehicle you can only get through pre-ordering it from GameStop. Link will be to that in the description down below. But here we got the first look at some additional gameplay. We've already seen some released from Destiny, but this is something that's leading up to kind of their E3, which is where we're going to anticipate a lot more information about this game. Essentially, there's two main videos that you guys should pay attention to. I'll have them both linked in the description down below, but I'm going to go over all of them here. The first one is an interview with Eric Osborne, the community manager that PlayStation actually did. It was uploaded on their website. And then the other piece was actually the new gameplay that was released on Destiny's YouTube channel, which showed us the instance Devil's Lair, which is what you're going to see in this video here as I talk about what the community manager had actually talked about in the other video, since there was no new gameplay actually released in that one. A few things about the gameplay: you see a few new moves maybe. You also see a respawn interaction, how it actually looks when you die, and essentially they're going through this path, having Ghost help them out, which I'll talk about, and then at the end they fight a boss, which we actually don't get to see. But this is what a lot of these reviewer websites, IGN, those types of things, got to go and play this game for an hour and a half, and this is the level that they had played. So you can check out the gameplay here. It's going to be the same anywhere else. So the first thing I want to talk about is the exclusives, specifically the PlayStation, which we know already has early access to the beta, that time exclusive, but he also mentioned that there will be more exclusives that they're going to make a really big deal about all at one time once they can actually talk about that, which could be E3. He just mentioned it was going to be a big deal, but didn't say what it was going to be. PlayStation guys, look out. I may be joining you this coming months. The next thing he went into a bit is the tower. This is essentially a non-combat area that everybody can go to, and there's no PvP or anything. There's going to be missions there, different factions, and this is where you're probably going to get a lot of quests. If you're familiar with other MMORPGs, such as World of Warcraft, the one I have some experience with, this could be just, you know, a general city where everybody can kind of come together and just kind of chat, do maybe auctions or things like this, as well as get quests from different factions, etc. Next, he touched on the companion app, which pretty much every game is creating these days, a separate app for the game, which he pretty much only mentioned that is going to have stats for yourself as well as for others, see what your friends are doing, etc. Pretty standard. We didn't actually get to see it or hear anything else. The interviewer then asked him about esports, which was very interesting, although he kind of dodged the question, talking about Halo and how that wasn't originally intended for esports, and then he kind of went off on that, not really answering the question, except for saying that they hope to react to how the community feels about it and what they want. This orb that you're seeing on the screen now is the next thing he talked about. It's called Ghost, and essentially this is your companion that goes through the game. He'll be with you on missions like this in Devil's Lair, where you can see he's kind of going through deactivating the layers while you're actually defending him, but essentially he's going to be your companion, almost like a narrator throughout the game. No matter what you're doing, you know, he's not going to guide you on a specific path, but he'll introduce things to you when you go to different areas, etc. Next, he talked about the different characters and carryovers between them, because there are 3 different classes. You're going to want to play as different guys. He said that essentially you can have multiple tunes, and they're going to have some shared features, which didn't get into specifics, but they're also going to be distinct ones. You can go back and forth freely between these as you would expect. In terms of gear, you're going to see color codings of white being the most common, and then gold, exotic, purple also very rare. So they're going to have that distinction, and the more rare the gear is, the more manipulatable it is. You can customize it how you like. One example that he gave was with assault rifles. You can have very heavy hip fire, but when you aim down sight, tune it to be very specific, almost a carbine shot. They're also going to have an inventory system, which you can actually see. They can have 3 weapons at a time. No matter which guy they've been playing with, they've always had 3, which I found very interesting, but he didn't talk specifics about it, but he said it will also be expandable in the tower, that commonplace. You might be able to expand it there, he hinted at, but you can also swap on the fly your inventory, as well as you're going to actually have to manage your ammo in this game, similar to kind of a Borderlands experience. You're going to have to pick that up. The only other thing they mentioned was how they came up with names for weapons and areas, which seemed kind of basic. It was essentially involving stories or just spitballing ideas. And then they talked about the lighting and the detail that went into this game, which is so self-evident by taking a look at this. The massiveness of this game, the multiplayer aspect of going into random zones and then it just matching you with other players who are already there just randomly, the interaction with your friends to go and take on heavier bosses, working together, unlocking gear. I think this is going to be an epic game, especially after Watch Dogs has been out for a few months. We're probably going to be looking for something new. I'm interested to hear what you guys think about the game, though, and this new information as well as the game in general. So let me know in the comment section down below. I read every single comment, most likely reply as well. When you're going down there, be sure to drop a like on the video if you did appreciate it. Definitely took a lot of time to kind of go through this and sum it up for you guys really quick. Subscribe if you are new. I cover a lot of great content, COD, Battlefield, and definitely will be keeping up with Destiny, especially if it's going to live up to the hype. If you didn't see it already, you can check out the previous video talking about pre-ordering at GameStop gives you an exclusive vehicle that goes faster and accelerates faster. You can also check out the recommended if you're looking for something different. And We Are Live, my series where I go into random COD lobbies and cast them as if it's a real MLG1. Hope you guys enjoyed and appreciate the video. That's it for this one, though. This is StoneMount64 signing out. See you guys next time.